Streamlabs shut down. Let's see. And I changed that rec color because that rec color is kind of like dark, really dark. I don't know why that crashed, but all right. Shit's stupid. Now I gotta share it again. Let me see. All right, let me share this again. I'm wondering if I'm okay doing this because I'll be sharing the shit out of my shit. But I would support everybody, so. All right. And I can see your chats and stuff too, so I'm trying to make sure I go back and forth with everybody. All right. Cool. Let's do this. Is we ready? Coffee ready? Pocket Sky ready? All right, let's get our flight loaded up. Import. Nope, stop it. We are flying from Chicago to Cincinnati. Never been there. Wouldn't mind going. All right, so got me pulled up. Let's go ahead and get to it. Maybe I can keep my menu up there. Pilot. Let's go. Let's go, team. Let's get our power going. Crew supply, battery. Right. Let's get our navs up. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get a fuel going. Left, right. Let's get our emergency lights. Mobiles off. No smoking at all times. Let's go ahead and leave the seat belts. I guess I can leave those on auto as of now. All right, so let's go ahead and get the boarding going because we want that to happen. It's All right, so we got our boarding. Let's get our flight plan going. Send brief import. Let's go ahead and the APU going. Open, forward, Congo. All right, it's opening now, buddy. Be patient. Be patient. All right. Let's go ahead and get our plan in. Cargo's opening, buddy. Oh, not a Wasm crash, bro. No, dog. That's dumb. Just when we getting started. The fuck? That's the second one I've got. When that happens, you just restart, bro. There's no coming back. There's no coming back on that one, bro. Just start it over. Call it a day. That's bullshit. While I'm at it, I could take those beeps off. I'm gonna leave them beeps in there. Who all hate Wasm crashes? Raise your hand. Well, hurry up, because look at this shit again. Like, bro, like literally again. All right, dumbass shit, bro. Stupid. Very stupid. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to C20. Nope. I don't want to be at C20. Let's go back there. B17. Let's go there. All right. Okay. We got action. We got action. Let's hope that we don't have another Wasm crash. Wasm. Let's do battery 2 first. Somebody said it can be real technical, this plane. 3. Left side. Right side. Arm. Mobile. No smoking ever. Auto. This shit fucking my mojo, man. I better not get another fucking Wasm crash, bro. If I do, I'm going 9-9. And I'm calling in to work because it's evidently going to be a bad day. If it's not going right now, it's not going to go right at all. All right, board it. What is that? Something just popped up out of nowhere. Insert. All right, no Wasm crash. Good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. All right, let's check out our routing. 28 right, earn D.
Passengers bus is coming.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
What the hell?
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
The hell?
Boarding starting.
Oh, I showed up. Bro, my cargo door should be open, bro. Thank you. We should have a cabin now. Let's see. Let's see. Shit, I wish I can reach back there. Can't open it from here. What is that? What does that do? Am I like touching a carpet or some shit? Bro, what in the actual hell? Should be open, bro. I'm nosy. Let's see. There's people in there? Or they lying to me? Let's go through the walls. Ain't nobody in there. They lying. Okay. No, I think I gotta select it. Matter of fact. And GSX. So yeah, that's probably my fault. It's always my fault. All right, so Kansas City, Cincinnati, we're gonna be coming in. Almost had a. Okay, 27 Seagram. No, ILS. Shit, it just shows that. Okay, ILS via LNR Seagram 8, LNR, Elaner, however they want to say it. All right, there's one. All right, so that's where I gotta. That's where it ends, right there. Can I get rid of this manual? There we go.
There are no passenger stairs. You will not see passengers visually. Passengers bus is coming.
I will not see passengers. Why not? The hell? I need stairs or something, man, bro. What? See what I'm saying? It's a bad day. Ain't no jetway don't work. Let's see. Where the stairs at? Oh. Where the stairs at? Oh man, they tripping. This game's glitching, bro. All right, I ain't gonna even worry about it. Somehow I'm getting passengers anyway, so fuck it. All right, let's start up the APU. Yeah, I'll fix that in a minute. All right, so I ain't even aligned. I got 2 more minutes before I'm aligned completely. All right, let's yeah. 121.6. 6. O'Hare clearance requests an IFR clearance to Cincinnati. Kingdom Heavy. Why didn't go over? Let's try this again. Let's do 121.6. 121.6. O'Hare clearance requests an IFR clearance to Cincinnati. Kingdom Heavy.
There are no passenger stairs. You will not see passengers.
Oh shit.
Passengers bus is coming.
Dummy. O'Hare clearance requests an IFR clearance to Cincinnati. Kingdom Heavy. Why is it saying no audio from Mike, bro? No audio from Mike. It's definitely getting audio from Mike. All right, so let's try this. I definitely have that in there, right? 121.6. Mic is on. Unless this damn TV switched shit up on me. It sure the hell did. Why it does that, I don't know. Microphone. Like, why is it? Like, why does, I don't know, man. Sometimes shit just be stupid. O'Hare clearance requests an IFR clearance to Cincinnati. Kingdom Heavy.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Thank you.
Kingdom Heavy, cleared to Cincinnati. Radar vectors earned. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 29010 minutes after departure. Departure on 126.625. Squawk 3152. Expect runway 28 right.
Radar vectors earned D, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 29010 minutes after departure. Departure on 126.625. Squawk 3152. Expect runway 28 right. Kingdom Heavy.
Kingdom Heavy, read that correct.
All right, our boarding is. Let's go ahead and get our squawk in. We should have been done before all this. But we're not gonna cry. We're gonna just do what we do best and make this shit happen, right?
Refueling truck is on its
Ladies
way.
and gentlemen, welcome aboard American Airlines Flight
1,
235 to
2,
Cincinnati. On
6,
behalf of the entire crew, my name is Erica,
6,
and I am your person
2,
today.
5.
We kindly ask that you take your seats according to your boarding passes.
And she need to get it right.
Luggage in the overhead bins.
She needs to get it right.
In front of you.
Because we're African American Airlines.
Please do not hesitate to contact any member of our crew.
Okay,
Thank you for choosing American Airlines.
Catering vehicles are
And
on
we wish
their
you a
way.
pleasant flight.
hello, Erica, and thank you with flying with us today. And you do an excellent job every time you work for African American Airlines. I want you to thank the passengers for using African American Airlines for their choice of flight. And I am getting us ready for departure
Fuel truck is in position.
after we do some fueling. Okay? Thank you. I shouldn't have said departure. That might have fucked everything up. All right, let's see how many kgs.
Board our flight to Cincinnati on behalf of African American Airlines and the
All right,
entire
so
crew,
27
my name is
kgs.
Erica, and I am your purser today. We kindly ask that you take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing African American Airlines. And
Good
we wish you a
job.
pleasant flight.
Good job, Erica. Great job, Erica. Thank you. Good job, Erica. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. I appreciate your kind words.
All right, so they're gonna get us all ready. Next time I can start loading up. I got to find a good spot to where I start having people board, right? Just to make it fluid. R4, which one's R4? Okay. Everything's open. What am I missing? QNH. 2980. All right, so we got 6 minutes before we leave. Right. All right, so we can go ahead and put in what we think we know. Zero, zero, 1, 5. 23. QNH 3417. No, 3002. 3002. Waiting for your action. Close R1. Okay. They playing with my emotion, Smokey. All right, let's go here. I'm doing it on this real quick because I can do it in front of me. But just in case somebody wants to know, this is what I think it is. according to YouTube, but they could be wrong too. So I'm going to the airport. Hold on. Oh, no. Let's go here. Right. Approach. We're going to 26. No. Where are we going? 27. We're going to 27, runway 27. All right, ILS, right? And it will be, where's ILS? ILS right here, 200. So barrel, 200. Right? And radio, shit. I think it's the same thing, or this is the radio, or this, I don't know, barrels. It could be one of them. I know this one is the barrel. That might be the radio. I'm not sure. I'm a rookie. I don't know nothing. All right, so I just wanted to show y'all that part. That don't make it right. All right, do it at your own risk, man. That's all I'm saying. You know. All right, so when it messes up, I'm gonna start using this direct too. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see where we at on our fuel. That's the only thing we're waiting on right now. We're waiting on this fuel. And then we're gonna haul ass, man. Let's get our RTO. Let's go ahead and disconnect. We're not gonna do the chocks yet. We gotta let them finish. My man got he putting in them hours, boy. No, he ain't. Damn. My man, like, man, it's that bullshit, man, calling me in for overtime all the damn time. I don't want to do no damn overtime. I want to go home and play Microsoft Flight Simulator. You know what I'm saying? My man don't want to be there right now. You know? All right, Chase Plane, where you at? Let's do some cinematics real quick. And then we're gonna hopefully be synced up with on air with no problems. Looks like we're getting there. Yeah, we're synced up. No, he ain't. It's almost there. I filled it up to the right shit though, so. And it's filling it up. For those that don't know what the hell I'm talking about, it's this right here. Yeah. Oh, you see it. You see it. Okay, so it's filling up. Almost there. Gotta get that gas. Gas high as hell. because of Trump and BB. Damn devils. Fucking regular gas is over $4, bro. I must have seen that shit. I just got all mad, re-mad. Got madder. I know everybody. What the hell's the hold up? All right, we almost there, y'all. Almost there. We're crossing the finish line. Crossing the finish line. All right, let's track it up. What the fuck you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? You literally over the marker. 27.5. Let's see. 27.5. 275. 1, 2. All right. Like, bro, you literally over the marker, bro. Okay, so total payload. It's the total payload off, like it said. So it ain't letting me set that right now. So I gotta wait till that minute's up. 52 seconds, whatever the hell it is. I'm gonna try it again just because something wrong with me. Yeah, I gotta wait. Okay, is we done now, gas guy? Come on, man, get your ass up out of here, bro. Go home to your family. I can't believe this. I gotta tweak this part somehow. Cause this is like dead wasted time. See, I'm into Six Sigma, lean methodology. Okay. This is waiting. Tim Woods, this is waiting right here, right now. This is one of the 8 wastes. 12 seconds. We're gonna do a Gimba. We're gonna do a Gimba on this. And when we get done with that, we're gonna do an A3 because we're gonna save. We're gonna do some cost savings. Come on, man. Don't get up out of here, Brody. Come on, because I'm about to let these chocks go. I just want to see how you're gonna leave. Been past 12 seconds, man. Do I gotta move the chocks from the leave or what? Oh, there you go. Ooh, check him out. Okay. Hey, you gonna close that flap, bruh? You gonna close that? You ain't gonna close it? Oh, that's gangster. They don't close the flaps? The fuck? All right, let's get rid of these chocks, man. All right, let's go ahead and get this right. All right. Let's see what he gonna do, man. What is this? Is he just like putting all the shit up? So is it gonna miraculously just shut on his own? Or am I gonna fly like that? The wind will shut it. Yeah, he's smooth leaving. Look at him. Fuck this job. You know, this is bullshit. Fuck. I don't give a fuck about that flap. Fuck that. Fuck them up. Oh. Oh, okay. So I do it. I do it on the inside somehow. Okay, got you. All right. So let's see. Set fuel. All right. All right, on there. Let's see. What you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do, Brody? We get money or what? Yep. That was the sound of getting money. That's what that doop doop is. All right, so now we can go ahead and get our real weight. Let's go on and get that. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Absolutely. My kids be having too much fun, boy. Like ain't nothing really that fun around this. You know what I mean? All right. So we got that. We all to the giddy. All right. So let's go ahead and okay. Okay. We need to go to ground now, so let's go to ground. Oh, here, ground. Question, pushback and startup. Kingdom heavy.
Kingdom heavy. Contact ground on 124.125 for pushback and startup.
Ah, shit. It didn't change over. Contact ground on 124.125 for pushback and startup. Kingdom heavy. All right, so 124, 125. O'Hare ground. Requesting pushback and startup. Kingdom heavy.
Kingdom heavy, pushback and start approved. Tail east.
Pushback. Approved. Tail east. Kingdom heavy.
Locking gear.
I feel like I'm missing something. Nose right. Is that what I said? We're gonna find out.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I.
fasten your seatbelts, ensuring they are securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds.
Yeah, I turned the wrong way. It's all good.
Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be securely stowed. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if required. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and
Engine
mouth,
one.
and breathe normally. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. Put it on and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which may be behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If a power bank or any electronic device becomes unusually warm, emits smoke, or shows signs of damage, please inform a crew member immediately. The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
Please set parking brake. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Hold on. All right.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
O'Hare ground. Requesting taxi to runway 28 right, Kingdom Heavy.
Kingdom Heavy Heavy, runway 28 right, taxi via Golf, Quebec, Bravo, Lima Lima, November Yankee.
Runway 28 right, taxi via Golf, Quebec, Bravo, Lima Lima, November Yankee. Kingdom Heavy. Golf. It didn't tell me to hold short, so it's this way. This is Bravo. Oh. Is it to my right? Bro. Golf, Quebec. Oh, okay. Golf, Quebec, Bravo. Lima, Lima. What? No, that shit ain't making no sense. Quebec. Where the fuck is Lima, Lima at? Quebec is way over here. Where am I going out of? 2-8, right. Okay, they done changed it on me. That's why. Okay. No. Okay, I see Lima, Lima. Okay, I see Bravo. Damn, this is a long stretch right here. God, dog. I'll show y'all where I'm going. Check it out. I gotta go from... Where the hell am I? All right. So I gotta go all the way around here. Hit Bravo. And shoot up that way. Yeah, hit Bravo. And then Lima, Lima. Okay. Let's do it. We in there. We know where we're going. Go ahead. Make sure our seatbelts is on. No smoking at all. No smoking, guys. All right. Wing on. Taxi. Stroke. Logo. All right. We ready to do this, yo. African Airlines team. Unite. We doing this. All right, so we need to hit this bend. Hold on. Gotta make sure it's the right bend now. This plays with your brain cells. Yeah, this. Oh shit! Oh. Quebec. Ah. Ah. All right, we're gonna turn in here. Ah. About to knock some signs over in this motherfucker. Hold on, man. I done did some shit. Because I'm trying to do all this crazy shit. All right. Let's go back. Because... Yeah, because I'm supposed to hit... I'm supposed to be still on... Oh, that's weird. I'm trying to give y'all all the angles and shit. But that shit is playing with my brain cells. All right, so we're gonna shoot up here, we're gonna make a left, then we're gonna go down to Bravo. Trying to make it look cool, you know what I mean? All right. Yeah, this map ain't right. There shouldn't be no way through here. According to this map. But we're gonna take this to Bravo. All right, so we should be coming up to Alpha. Yeah, this map is off. So this should be Bravo coming up. Oh shit. That ain't gonna work.
You need to stop engines to request ground services.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna flip out. Nope. Nope. That's what you guys expect. I'm not gonna flip out at all.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be the bigger person. Okay. What the hell is the problem? Okay. I'm not gonna flip out, man. That's not what I'm gonna do.
You need to stop engines to request ground services.
I'm not.
Stop engines to request
It's not.
services.
I can't get GSX. Okay. Okay. Why does it keep saying that? I'm not asking for it. Okay. Ain't it Control P or whatever? Or Alt P? Shift P? Oh, no. Not that. Control P? Could have sworn P, maybe? No? What the fuck was the emergency pushback? Do anybody remember that? Alt P? Bro, I'm so mad. Bro, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Motherfucker. Come on, man. Come on, bro. All right. Let's see if I can invisibly turn. Let's see if my wings can withstand this. Or will it make me crash again? Can I like make it through this unscathed? It's already cheated me. Is that gonna crash me? Damn shame gotta go through this shit. Sobo. All right. This is fucking stupid. Where am I? Okay. I'm not doing that shit no more. We just gone. Like that was dumb. Like they can do better. Now I'm about to do like 30 miles an hour and shit because I'm fucking shitty. But I gotta even drive this shit. I'm pissed. Drive this motherfucker like a car now. This shit dumb, bro. I'm so mad that shit happened. All right. Like, I don't even know what crashed me, bro. Like, I can't even remember. It's fucking stupid. Whatever it was. Fucking crashed me, bro. That shit's dumb. I'm going fast in the motherfucker, bro. I don't even give a shit neither. Take this shit to Lima Lima. That ain't right. All right, we about to pull up the Lima Lima. All right, Lima Lima, we're making this right. That shit was stupid as fuck. One 119-625. O'Hare Tower, requesting departure from runway 28 right, Kingdom Heavy. Crew, please be seated for takeoff.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure, and crew are taking seats now.
Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff, Kingdom Heavy.
Approaching runway 28 right.
Rotate. Flaps. Autopilot. Kingdom Heavy, contact departure. O'Hare departure at 5,000 feet. Kingdom Heavy. Fucking speeding. Climb and maintain 5,000. Kingdom Heavy. I hate when I do that. Ah, shit. I forgot to turn my shit off too. All right, so we're gonna do this for 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and get the timer going.
And now here's our president, not even a month and a half into the conflict, which we are not winning, by the way, because the Straits of Hormuz are not open. There's one way to keep track. That's the measurement. Saying that we're going to use our military to kill the civilians of this country, to use the U.S. military, our military, to destroy civilian infrastructure.
I mean,
Iran is a modern country. What happens when it loses power? Well, people die. Babies connected to incubators die. People in hospitals die. It is vile on every level.
Tucker Carlson leveled the harshest criticism of Donald Trump, offering a scathing monologue, calling Trump out for threatening holocaust on the Iranian people. Now, before we get into it, Jay, he even defended Muslims in the face of Trump's mockery of the Muslim faith and more. Your 2 cents.
Yeah, I was shocked by how severe this was. So he basically talked about how Donald Trump's not a real Christian. And there's a fact in here that I never knew that is devastating about Trump in regards to the Bible. And in fact, some are saying, and I can see why having watched it, that he's implying that Trump is the Antichrist.
Yeah.
That is, wow. Tucker Carlson helped Trump in all those elections, now saying that Trump is evil. It is amazing.
Now, Tucker Carlson's monologue came out prior to Trump threatening to wipe out Iran's civilization. However, the monologue came after Trump had posted this on Truth Social. Tuesday, by the way, this was on Easter morning. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. Now, before we get to more video highlights, I want to address what Tucker had to say about Trump in the Bible. He apparently noticed that when Trump
many
was
minutes is it been?
inaugurated for the second time, he
3
didn't put his
minutes.
hand on the Bible. I didn't notice that, but apparently Tucker did, and it bothered him. But he just kind of ignored it, didn't say anything about it, until the issue came up, and he mentioned
Junk
it in the
food.
monologue. And so he feels that Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible because
Though I
he's
need to stop
struggling
eating this
carry
shit
out
'cause
some of the actions
I
that
lost
he's
weight.
been
Now I'm craving
and some interpreted what Tucker Carlson had to say there as
this shit now.
calling Trump the Antichrist. I didn't get that feel, but maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention.
He kept talking about this.
Trump might be the damn Antichrist.
And this
I know
is
BB is.
else, something different, something opposed to Christianity. Okay, so now you could say maybe he was referring to another religion. Clearly it wasn't Islam because he said positive things about Islam. Or, I'm not a Christian, so I'm not that well versed in what is the opposite of Christianity. But, we've all heard in popular culture, Satan, Antichrist, etc. And he kept saying this is the opposite of Christianity. And saying, why did he not put his hand on the Bible? That shows you that he does believe in the Bible and that he's planning to violate that oath. That's why he didn't put his hand on it. And he talked about how this kind of stealing from the Venezuelans is the opposite of what Christ would do and what Christians would do. Threatening to kill all these people is the opposite of what Christians would do. So it was super heavy criticism and very much on religious grounds.
No, I mean, as someone who grew up going to Sunday school every Sunday until I was 19 years old, I appreciated what he had to say about Christianity because I think Christianity, thanks to so-called Christian
We're gonna
Science,
call
has
him
been
now.
bastardized in this country. People have been brainwashed into thinking supporting
O'Hare departure.
foreign government is what will
At
get
5,000
you
feet.
into heaven.
Kingdom
Luckily,
Heavy.
the church I went to wasn't brainwashed by that unhinged Zionist ideology. But I hate the fact that Christianity has been smeared as something that it is not. But putting that aside,
Climb and maintain 5,000. Kingdom
had some
Heavy.
thoughts on what Trump had posted on Easter morning, and here's what he had to say.
It is vile on every level. It begins with a promise to use the U.S. military, our military, to destroy civilian infrastructure in another country, which is to say to commit a war crime, a moral crime against the people of the country, whose welfare, by the way, was one of the reasons we supposedly went into this war in the first place. They're being killed by their government. We have to rescue them. And now here's our president, not even a month and a half into the conflict, which we are not winning, by the way, because the Straits of Hormuz are not open. There's one way to keep track. That's the measurement. Saying that we're going to use our military to kill the civilians of this country who didn't choose the war. They got nothing to do with it. They're like civilians everywhere.
Now, unfortunately, Trump only doubled down on his threats this morning, writing the following on Truth Social, essentially threatening Holocaust. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? Today, luckily, it was announced by Trump that Iran agreed to a 2-week ceasefire, and
Israel start shooting themselves with bombs.
because Trump is a pathological liar and usually says that there are good negotiations happening because he wants the oil markets to respond favorably to that. And by the way, the fact that oil markets do respond favorably to that should make you realize that the markets are just built on a house of cards. Total BS. However, the New York Times is reporting, you can do with that what you will, that Iran has also agreed
Yeah, but it goes, no, it's way more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Because Iran is declaring victory, and they're saying that Trump accepted their 10-point plan and will now pay reparations to Iran for the war. That is not what Trump said. Trump said, these guys are talking past each other.
They are.
They're not even negotiating. So Trump said, we consider the 10-point plan, which is backing down massively from what he said before. Now the Iranians are saying, good, okay, he accepted the 10-point plan, we're expecting our reparations. And we have won this war. They're declaring victory. So none of that happened. The Iranians are not correct. They have not won the war. They're not going to get reparations. Trump is not correct that the Iranians agreed to open up the Strait of Hormuz.
And they're not directly negotiating. They're speaking through Pakistani negotiators, or mediators, I should say. So that's important context to keep in mind. By the way, guys, we're live right now, obviously, and this story is developing rapidly. So please bear with us as we give you updates, throughout the broadcast. Well, let's get back to Tucker Carlson and what he had to say in that last clip that we showed, Jake. What were your
It's
thoughts?
been 10 minutes. What's going on?
So, look, he keeps pounding on this message of opposite of Christianity. Then he got to Paula White, and Paula White is this ludicrous Christian Zionist preacher, like they almost all Trump's preachers are.
Charlatan.
Yeah, and she started comparing him
O'Hare
to Jesus
departure
Christ. And that's
at
where Tucker
5,000
really
feet.
lost it.
Man, Drakey
It's like,
heavy.
it is the most sacrilegious thing you can do in Christianity, to compare any human, let alone a politician, to Jesus Christ. What are you doing? I mean, and then he says, you've got these dopey beta pastors in the background nodding along with this. No one is Jesus Christ, let alone Donald effing Trump, right? So what Tucker is doing in terms of getting that message out to millions of right-wingers who
Departure
watch him is
at 5,000 feet.
important.
Kingdom heavy.
We couldn't get that message to them, but Tucker is getting that message to them, and they're beginning to see with their own eyes. Why didn't he swear on the Bible? They're comparing him to Jesus? Are you kidding me? And he's saying Jesus would murder 90 million people in Iran? No, he wouldn't. He's called the Prince of Peace.
He also addressed how depraved and evil it is to intentionally target civilians and civilian infrastructure, which
Y'all
make no
gonna give
mistake
me-
about it, the United States and Israel has been doing in Iran. It gives me so much shame.
Wait a minute, I'm supposed to go to 10,000 after.
To admit that the United
Yeah.
States is involved in that, but we are, and we need to be honest about it. Take a look.
Blow up their bridges? Bridges on military bases?
Climb and maintain
No,
flight
just
level
bridges.
230. Kingdom heavy.
Bridges that people cross every day to go to school and work and to worship, and yes, church, because there are over 1 million Christians in Iran. This is their Easter too. And power plants. Not the power plants attached to missile factories, okay, but civilian power plants in a country of almost 100 million people. What happens when a modern country, and a country that has a nuclear program is a modern country, sorry. Iran is a modern country. What happens when it loses power?
Expect ILS runway 27 approach into Cincinnati. Kingdom heavy.
People in hospitals die. And those are the first level effects. And then people begin to starve. And then you have refugee crises. People leave the cities looking for food. And yes, they move into other countries. In the region, in Europe, in the United States, you cause chaos and death. Mass suffering and death when you do that.
And I just want to quickly address the typical talking point that you'll hear from Zionists or even, war-happy Americans who want to defend our involvement in this war. They'll say, well, but the Iranians, they chant death to America. Did you know that in the 8-year Iran-Iraq war, when we were on the Iraq side, not only were we supplying Iraq with typical military weaponry to try to defeat Iran, which, by the way, they didn't. That should be a hint as to how this war is playing out. But nonetheless, we also supplied Iraq with chemical weapons that they used against the Iranians. So you tell me, if the empire that provided chemical weapons to your foe and used those chemical weapons against your people, like if that took place, would you say favorable things about the country that supplied the chemical weapons and killed your people?
Right.
Actions have consequences. And if you want to understand why a foreign country has a population that would chant something like death to America, maybe dig into the reasons why they would chant that.
Right.
Because I guarantee you, a country that's left alone, that we've done nothing to, isn't just going to randomly start chanting death to America out of nowhere.
Facts.
Okay, they don't hate us for our freedom. Let's just put it that way, Bill Maher. And if you're listening to Bill Maher for political commentary and foreign policy advice, please reconsider, okay?
Yeah, Bill Maher
Yeah,
sucks.
so look, guys, because of all the anti-Muslim propaganda in America,
Contact Grissom approach on 123.85. Kingdom Heavy.
Muslims in the world live in the Middle East that are Arabs. Not remotely true. In fact, there isn't a single Arab country in the top 5 Muslim countries. The number 1 Muslim country in the world, most populous one, is Indonesia. And has Indonesia ever chanted death to America? No. This has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with Islam. We never attacked Indonesia. You know why we never attacked Indonesia? Or you had someone, bomb them with chemical weapons, or do any of, or depose their democratically elected leaders? Why did we never do that? Because they're not next to Israel. Right. So the other big Muslim countries are Pakistan, India, Nigeria. So all of those never chanted death to America. Why? Because we never attacked them on behalf of Israel. So
Well, Pakistan, they don't leave, so that's probably why we haven't attacked them.
but overall, as long as you're not next to Israel, and Israel doesn't want to take your land, you're going to be fine. And we're not going to attack you, and you're not going to hate us. The reason they hate us is because we constantly keep attacking all of Israel's neighbors, and using our money, our troops, to do Israel's evil bidding. So, of course, they're not going to like anyone who's attacking them. That's the most obvious thing in the world. Look, Tucker went even further, and I was surprised at this. I know he was against what we did in Venezuela, but he was very adamant. Like, it is unchristian to steal their oil. That's not a Christian thing, to steal other people's property. And what the main political point he was making is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? And if you don't, eventually it has political and geopolitical consequences. And eventually it might come to a point where people go, oh, we're doing the law of the jungle, and God's law doesn't matter, human rights doesn't matter, the international law doesn't matter. Well, now we're going to take America's stuff. By the way, there's already a country doing that, and that's Israel.
Only 25th Amendment is asked. The problem is to get the 25th Amendment harder than impeachment. You have to get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate.
So what do we do? A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. That is the definition of genocide. Not a war, not a defensive war, but a literal bombardment, like Martians, attack us. We don't have a defense.
That was Alex Jones, floating the notion of invoking the 25th Amendment to oust President Donald Trump from the White House. Alex Jones, who's not a Democrat, not a lefty, but is clearly very disturbed by some of Trump's posts on Truth Social, including the one where he threatened to end Iran's civilization. Now, that came prior to this fragile 2-week ceasefire with Iran, which I don't know if it's even going to last another minute, to be honest. Like, all the updates I'm seeing give me a sense that this ceasefire is done already. But for the purposes of this discussion, let's focus on the 25th Amendment, because he's not the only one in favor of invoking the 25th Amendment. Similar calls started popping up on Sunday after Trump issued this unhinged Easter morning message on Truth Social, saying that Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards. Okay. He then later decided to threaten Iran's entire civilization, which implies that he was thinking about using a nuke. He says Tuesday will be Power Plant Day. And I'm sorry, you had others like the Iran embassy speaking out against that, which you would expect, right? And of course, he also said a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. Now, luckily, he didn't make good on that threat and instead announced that the U.S. and Iran would be entering this 2-week ceasefire, incredibly fragile ceasefire, as I've said a million times already. But this is where things started to get serious in regard to the 25th Amendment. Take a look.
Trump, with this Iran war and the energy crisis and the PR disaster. I mean, the North Korean dictator doesn't talk like this. He talks like a supervillain from a Marvel comic. Mark Taylor Greene joined me this morning. We talked this morning. And she put on a post saying, and yeah, we don't have the votes and the Senate, all the rest of it. I don't think his cabinet's going to turn on him. But the point is, it sends a very strong message of stop it.
All right, y'all got a 25th Amendment, this guy. This is not acceptable. This is like, he's got to go, bro. He's got to go. I'm getting messages from my Iranian friends who are saying, I'm freaking out, man. Is he going to nuke the country?
They're teaching him.
Absolutely, for the war. For the war.
Because of the conduct.
Well, he lied. He got us into the war with lies. And, I mean, look at the trouble Bill Clinton got into with something that was totally unimportant. And they tried to impeach him, which was nonsense. And yet Bush got us into this horrible war with lies, by lying, by saying they had weapons of mass destruction, by saying all sorts of things that turned out not to be true.
Hope you enjoyed that compilation. That very last clip featuring
Trump's a con man.
Donald Trump dates back to 2008 when he was advocating for the removal of George W. Bush after he lied to the American people about Iraq allegedly having weapons of mass destruction. He led us into a war, right? Which is what Trump just did when it comes to Iran, claiming that Iran had some sort of nuclear arsenal when no such thing was true. Anyway, lawmakers tend to agree, by the way. Not all lawmakers, unfortunately, but a growing list of members of Congress seem to want to invoke the 25th Amendment. Take a look.
If the United States Congress has any life left in it, every member of Congress and senator must be calling for Trump's removal today based on the 25th Amendment. He's threatening the entire destruction of a civilization. This is a moral crime. It is a war crime. We need to be demanding that Congress convene today, and we need to be invoking the 25th Amendment.
I'm sure you've seen Donald Trump's unhinged post from this morning. He is completely unstable and dangerous. Impeachment is the top priority. No more war criminal in the White House.
I think every single person in this country needs to be calling the phones of Republican members of Congress and senators relentlessly today. Like, of all of the issues that have come up over the last year, all have been devastating, but we are talking about the potential for nuclear war here. That is the language that Donald Trump is using, and we should not pretend that it's not.
Speaker Johnson, you need to call the Congress back into session. We need to put an end to this nonsense. This is dangerous. It's not the American way, and it has to stop immediately.
So those were all the reactions from, I'm sure you'll notice, Democratic lawmakers prior to the supposed 2-week ceasefire between the United States and Iran, which was announced last night. However, again, fragile ceasefire, and on top of that, the so-called ceasefire did very little to settle demands that Trump be ousted. So as Senator Ed Markey, who was one of the senators who called for Trump's removal, stated, this is on X, I'm glad there is a reported ceasefire deal with Iran, but we shouldn't be in this illegal war in the first place. I agree with him on that. And Donald Trump can't simply threaten war crimes with impunity. Congress needs to get back in session now to stop this war and remove Donald Trump. I mean, okay, let's pause for a second. What Ed Markey is saying there is so accurate. Just because he didn't follow through on carrying out the mass slaughter of 90 million people in Iran doesn't mean Trump hasn't done significant damage by throwing that threat out in the first place, which is why I made this point on the show yesterday. The whole notion of Western civilization has been dismantled. When you have barbaric threats coming out of a country that purports to value liberal democracy and wants to protect Western civilization. I'm sorry, threatening nuclear war while, taking the mantle of Western civilization makes me not like Western civilization. Now, of course, it's this perversion of Western civilization, right? I mean, I'd like to say it's a perversion, although we're the only country that's used atomic bombs in the past, of course. But the fact that we are living under a government that proudly threatens civilian infrastructure, that keeps bankrolling a pariah state, a genocidal state, a terror state like Israel. No one has done more damage to Western civilization than the United States government and its military-industrial complex and its relationship with Israel.
Facts.
You know, after Hamas carried out October 7th, what we kept hearing Netanyahu say over and over again was, this is a war between civilization and barbarism. It's about time that we realize the barbarism has been coming from us.
For real.
We need to sever ties with Israel. We need to engage in an
We need to kick Israel's ass.
embargo.
Us, United States, we need to go over there,
Yeah, I think that we need
kick
to
their
do
asses,
significant damage
and
control.
put BB ass in prison.
Because we have destroyed these countries. How many countries have we destabilized in the Middle East? On behalf of Israel, it did nothing for us, of course.
Let's go kick their asses.
So it needs to stop. And maybe invoking the 25th Amendment is the
Kick
first
their
step. But
asses.
here's the thing.
Kick BB's government and them out,
Stated earlier, he's correct.
and
It's
give
incredibly difficult
the
thing to accomplish.
Palestinians Israel.
And in fact, previous efforts at holding Trump accountable.
I'm like, they let them live with them in the first place and treated them right. Let's give them the state of Israel.
25th Amendment is going to work. What I do know is that the Trump administration, along with our relationship with Israel, is a huge liability for the American people. This isn't TDS. Okay, I would say the same thing if it were a Democrat in office right now. And in fact, I turned on the Democratic Party thanks to Biden and his handling of the genocide in Gaza. His handling of the genocide in Gaza was to fuel it, was to fund it, was to provide weapons.
Bro, I was
for
done
it.
with the Democratic Party when they cheated my man Bernie Sanders, man.
To live in peace, given the war crimes he
Grissom
aided and
approach. At flight
So I'm
level
very clear about
230,
For me, this
Kingdom
is not a
Heavy.
partisan issue. This is an issue of what we want to be as a country, how we want to be represented as a people. And I don't want to be represented as bloodthirsty war criminals. The American people are not bloodthirsty war criminals. Our politicians might be, but
Come
we're
on,
not.
tell me. Tell me
Getting
now.
back to this, according to Axios's Andrew Solinder, who has been keeping track of the lawmakers who are calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, well, there are 85 as we speak right now. The number
Chicago
may change,
Center.
but as of now, there are 85
Kingdom
House
Heavy.
Democrats calling for
Ascended
Trump
to
to either be
29,
impeached
flight level
or
290.
removed by Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. I'm going to read you some of the more prominent names. I'm not going to read you all 85. But despite what Jenks said on the show yesterday, I really want to make sure we clarify this. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has called
Maintain
for
flight
the
level
25th Amendment to be
290
invoked.
and
He didn't know at
290
the time,
knots.
so that's why that mistake was made. Representative Nancy Pelosi is involved. So is Ro Khanna, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Summer Lee, who I think is really underrated as a lawmaker. I think she's pretty fantastic. You have Representative Ayanna Pressley, Pramila Jayapal, Jasmine Crockett, Jamie Raskin, Robert Garcia, Eric Swalwell, and Richie Torres. And as you can notice, everyone in that list is a Democrat, which, you know, it makes me disappointed. Republicans can be better than this. I know for a fact that they see the behavior of Donald Trump and they don't agree with it and they think that it's counterproductive. Then do your job as a member of Congress. Put your country before your party and do what's right. But so far, we haven't seen anything from Republican lawmakers in regard to invoking the 25th Amendment. By the way, invoking the 25th Amendment doesn't mean a Democrat is suddenly in power. It means that J.D. Vance will be president. Okay, so, I mean, do with that information what you will. Now, keep in mind that everyone who signed on, again, they're Democrats, no current Republican lawmakers involved. However, there is a former Republican lawmaker who's been very loud about this, and that's former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who says that the 25th Amendment should be invoked. Not a single bomb has dropped on America. We cannot kill an entire civilization. This is evil and madness. Now, let's get into what is being done, because there are words and then there are actions, right? So Democrats are exploring two possible ways of removing Trump from office, either through impeachment, which they attempted to do twice in his first term and failed because, you know, Republicans had control of the Senate. You needed a 2/3 majority of senators to vote in favor of impeachment, and Republicans are terrified. I don't know why. I mean, Trump's popularity is an all-time low, but they're terrified. Section 4 allows the vice president and a majority of the cabinet to declare the president unable to discharge his duties and instead vest those powers and duties in the vice president. That's what would happen under the 25th Amendment, right? Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. The section might be invoked in the case that the president is unable or unwilling to declare himself incapacitated. I mean, have you listened to him? He sounds pretty incapacitated. Congress can also determine by a 2/3 vote whether to permanently remove the president or to return the president to his duties. I'm gonna be honest, I see J.D. Vance's political future looking a lot like Kamala Harris's, because he's repeating her mistakes. Kamala Harris refused to show any daylight between herself and Biden when she was running in the election. And it seems like J.D. Vance is taking that same path, which I'm happy about. I think J.D. Vance is a warmonger just like the rest of them.
For sure.
I think these efforts to launder his reputation as some peacenik is ridiculous. There's no indication he's a peacenik at all. Show me a shred of evidence indicating that he was really pushing for and fighting for peace. Don't believe it. He has only regurgitated Trump's talking points. He has only defended what Trump has done in the Middle East. So if he really cares about his political future and genuinely wants to position himself as an anti-war Republican, now is the time to do it, but he ain't doing it. Representative
Indianapolis Center.
Bandar,
Question:
Michigan, and
descent
Representative
to flight
Jasmine
level
Crockett from Texas have each sent letters to Vance and Trump's cabinet.
190.
Crockett
Kingdom Heavy.
writes that it has become indisputably apparent that the American public, or to the American public, that the president is deranged, likely suffering from dementia, and warns that he has brought the United States to the precipice of committing one of the largest war crimes in modern history. Crockett went further in condemning Trump. She condemned Republican leadership for enabling the president's actions, calling their complicity among America's greatest scandals, as the administration continues to push the country toward forever wars in the Middle East while ravaging the American economy and defiling the Constitution. Now, Jasmine Crockett's real good at attacking Trump. There's no question about it. I'll give her credit for that, I guess. We didn't forget your support for Israel. And Israel is at the heart.
Send via
of the
Seagram
forever
8
wars
to
in the Middle
6,000.
East.
Atlanta transition into
So,
Cincinnati. Altimeter
removing Trump, she's super
3003.
motivated by
Kingdom
that.
Heavy.
But she's not motivated to end the forever wars, because she takes the AIPAC money, she goes on those Israel trips, and when she was challenged on this, she doubled down. She got real defensive. So it goes beyond attacking Trump for me, way beyond attacking Trump, because again, this is not a partisan issue for me. I don't think this is a partisan issue for any good faith person who's been paying close attention to this issue. If Jasmine Crockett is being real about how she would like to stop the United States from engaging in forever wars in the Middle East, we need to sever our relationship with Israel. It's that simple. Is she willing to do that? We'll wait and see. But so far, there's been no indication of that. Now, 77-year-old Representative John Larson of Connecticut introduced articles of impeachment. So we'll see how this all plays out. You know, I'd love to say that I have hope that there will be any real change between now and the next presidential election. The only real change we might see is a change in who controls Congress, certainly the House of Representatives, possibly the Senate. But for now, I just feel that you need to get Republicans on board in order to make this happen. I don't just feel, I know for a fact. So if this is more than just theater and virtue signaling to Democratic voters, how about doing some work behind the scenes where you negotiate with Republican lawmakers and get them to agree to the program here? Otherwise, this is going nowhere. And I would like to see something actually happen. I'd like to see some accountability for once when it comes to what the executive branch is carrying out and bankrolling and implicating the American people in when it comes to atrocities in the Middle East.
Being real courageous doing that shit. Hmm. Oh, that's wingtip. Oh, that's kind of neat. Man, we're gonna be in the air for a while.
About 12 miles out, you'll spot Lincoln Woods Park. This green oasis is a favorite for locals who love hiking, fishing, and picnicking. Basically, it's where you go if you want to pretend you're outdoorsy without actually camping overnight. The park is named after, you guessed it, Abraham Lincoln, who spent some of his formative years in Kentucky. If you look closely from up here, you might see the winding trails and the little lake that sparkles on sunny days. It's a popular spot for families, joggers, and anyone who needs a
Can't
break
see
from
shit.
the hustle and bustle of
I'm up
nearby
here.
Florence.
Can't see nothing. We ain't gonna be down far enough, buddy.
Kingdom heavy. The extended downwind is to give you room to descend. Turn left, heading 080 vectors for the ILS runway 27 approach.
The extended downwind is to give me room to descend. Turn left heading 080 vectors for the ILS runway 27 approach. It should be.
Kingdom Heavy Heavy, contact Cincinnati approach on 121.0.
Contact Cincinnati approach on 1210.
G'day and welcome back to Reality Check Q&A, where you get to ask me the hard questions. It's the time of the week I fear the most. There's always some curly question that puts me on the back foot. And here to ask them, my friend and colleague, producer Megan Morada. G'day Megan, how are you today?
Great, Ross. How are you?
Very well.
Oh,
very,
no,
very well.
stop.
Fire away. Let's hit me with some of those excoriating questions.
All right, we will start with Rod, who's got some comments about NASA. Dear Ross, recently Dr. Gregory Rogers, a former NASA chief flight surgeon and Air Force major, has given public testimony detailing an event from 1992 where he claims he was shown CCTV footage of a craft he describes as a, quote, flying saucer inside a hangar at Cape Canaveral. Most remarkably, he states the craft bore a U.S. Air Force insignia. However, his story has received surprisingly little in-depth coverage compared to other whistleblowers. My question for your Q&A is, would you consider investigating his claims further and potentially interviewing him?
You're absolutely right. His story is important. I met Dr. Gregory Rogers very briefly at Contact in the Desert in May this year. He's a lovely bloke and I find him very persuasive. I heard him speak and I think the story he tells is very important, and frankly, anyone of his stature, I mean, he was a former chief surgeon or such like for NASA at Cape Canaveral. That's a very senior position. The fact that he's willing to speak up, say what he saw, says an enormous amount. And basically, my one issue with what he says is he's not saying he saw directly a craft. He's saying he saw CCTV of a craft, which is the point, you know, a very, very important point, because a lot of people, a lot of debunkers and skeptics have suggested that he was just shown a fake video, or that, you know, how can he be certain that what he saw was real? I'm reasonably confident that there are such craft being operated using US Air Force insignia. And the reason why I believe Dr. Rogers is because of what I've been told by a source who frustratingly won't go on camera, but who did tell me a story about what he saw at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. And it was very, very similar. It was a gigantic elliptical craft, massive, apparently 20
Cincinnati approach
wide,
at 6,000 feet. Kingdom Heavy.
Eglin Air Force Base, clearly being attended to by both uniformed and suited men. And in the moment that he was standing there looking at it, he was having a covert cigarette hidden away from view. He literally saw the object blink from sight. It literally blinked and it disappeared. It was that fast. It disappeared. There was a momentary shudder of the trees, presumably by the displacement of air underneath the object. But whatever it was,
Turn left heading 270, Kingdom Heavy.
Craft using a propulsion system that we know not what, which was being operated at a US Air Force base in Florida. So I've got enough data points to tell me that what he people like Dr. Gregory Rogers
Saying to maintain
is accurate,
4,000 feet.
and I
Turn
do
right
think
heading
that we need to start
260.
taking these
Altimeter
allegations seriously. The
300.3.
possibility that
Kingdom
the
Heavy.
United States is operating ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles. I cite also the Mike Herrera story, where Michael Herrera, a young U.S. Marine, was on a patrol in Indonesia during
What?
a
Oh
civilian
my God, bro.
crisis and evacuation
I
during
am
a disaster,
tripping.
and he came across
Speed below
a
250.
craft hovering in a clearing. It was clearly being protected, guarded by paramilitary U.S. accented military personnel. They weren't very friendly to him either. So why do I take Dr. Gregory Rogers seriously? Because there is a plethora of information to suggest that there's something to this. Yeah, at some stage I'd love to get Dr. Rogers onto
Contact Columbus approach on 118.85. Kingdom Heavy.
Take the story further. We try on the program to report what's being reported, and I do think it's important to acknowledge good men like Dr. Rogers who come forward and given their evidence, but when they've been, as he has actually been fairly widely interviewed across a whole breadth of different podcasts and shows. I'd like to try and find a new angle, but we always try and find a new way into the story. And I've got one in mind, and at some stage I might bring him on.
Okay, we will go next to an email from Giuseppe. Hello, thank you for your hard work on the UFO subject. Have you tried CE5 contact yourself? If so, how many times, and have you gotten any results? I was able to get results by myself after a few failed attempts, but after that, it became quite easy. And common. I would recommend Greer's CE5 protocol, which is quite simple and easy to learn.
Okay, CE5, for those of us who don't know, is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, where purportedly, using meditative, telepathic, psychical techniques, one is able to get oneself into a position where you can invite, perhaps summon, a non-human
Columbus
intelligence,
approach.
craft, or whatever it is, to come into your view.
At 4,000 feet, Kingdom Heavy.
I've certainly tried it.
On the approach to
Done it successfully.
ILS.
I've been a miserable failure, but I certainly have
Runway 27.
witnessed it now twice.
Kingdom Heavy.
I saw it only about probably 7 or 8 weeks ago in northern Victoria, at a place called Rutherglen, in a place called Jaya Sanctuary, run by an Australian called Peter Maxwell Slattery. And it's quite funny actually. Peter said to me during the daytime, he said, I've got a feeling we're going to see stuff tonight. And we were standing in darkness, looking out probably to the west of this beautiful property. And as
Turn
we were
right,
standing there,
heading 285,
meditating,
Kingdom Heavy.
inviting them to come. He's done a lot of work like this at Mount Shasta in California. And I was skeptical, to be perfectly honest, and maybe my skepticism is part of the problem. But as I watched, there were clearly dots that became orbs that moved closer and closer towards us, in some cases hovered just behind trees, probably no more than a few hundred feet in front of us. And I can't explain it. They were moving erratically. They weren't satellites, they weren't planes, they weren't drones, they weren't fireflies, they weren't birds. They were some kind of object that appeared to respond intelligently to Peter's invitations for them to come closer. And on a couple of occasions when he invited them to pulse up, that was the ticket for me, they literally flashed. I can't explain it. And I've seen the same thing before. I've talked about this before at Esalen, which is just down the coast from San Francisco, a beautiful place. If you ever get the opportunity to visit, it's a serene location, sitting on the Pacific Ocean, high above the Pacific Ocean, run by a lot of beautiful people who spend their days meditating and thinking about spiritual things. It was a privilege to be invited there. And I was there with one of the psionics who's been now involved with Skywatcher. And he actually said to me at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, while it was still daytime, he said, Ross, we're going to see a blue orb tonight. And he even predicted it might be hexagonal or octagonal. He said hexagonal. Anyway, literally later on that night, we did. We saw a blue orb. Hundreds of people saw a blue orb hovering near a swimming pool where a lot of people were swimming naked, and it was right adjacent to the Pacific Ocean. And as people watched, sank down onto the beach, you clearly see the blue phosphorescent hexagonal shaped orb sitting on the beach. I can't explain it, but whatever it was, the person who summoned it told me that we were going to see it, and we did.
Okay, Ross, we will go to an email from David. Ross, could the secrecy surrounding this phenomenon be associated with the potential manipulation of human DNA? If non-human entities walk among us and have altered our genetic makeup, it raises the question of whether certain human populations might possess a higher proportion of non-human DNA than others. If this were the case, disclosure of such information could risk fueling eugenic ideologies or race-based conflict, potentially dividing humanity rather than uniting it. What do you think?
Okay. There is no hard scientific evidence, I'm told, to support the idea that there has been manipulation of the human genome. And it's interesting because I've read scientific papers that make this assertion, some of which I think might have been peer-reviewed. I mean, there was a couple of years ago, I got very excited because there was one paper
Force my way in.
Europe, which suggested that there were DNA strands in the human genome that appeared to show some kind of manipulation. And I asked Professor Gary Nolan about this, and he poo-pooed it and said he didn't think there was much to it. So, officially at least, science says that there is no evidence of manipulation, any artificial manipulation.
Turn right heading 285.
But, as many
Turn right heading 285, Kingdom Heavy.
Will know, it's a
I tried.
known allegation that NHI, whatever they are, beings from other areas have been manipulating the human genome, possibly hybridizing humans with alien DNA. I've never been able to see any evidence to support this. There's a friend of mine here in Australia called Bill Chalker, who's a reputable scientist who's done some great work in a book called The Air of the Alien. And he interviewed a gentleman called Curry, who claimed to have actually been forcibly made to have sex with two Nordic women who turned up in his bedroom. And the interesting thing about this incredible story is that they found a hair from one of these alleged beings, which when tested showed all manner of extraordinarily weird DNA. Whatever it wasn't entirely normal human DNA. But there's been an interview done by a friend of mine called Reese Morgan, which basically tells this whole story, and you can go on and have a look at that. Reese Morgan. As for the claims of ancient genetic engineering, yes, okay, there are claims, the ancient astronauts theory, that posit that extraterrestrials, the Anunnaki from Sumerian days, genetically altered early hominids like Homo erectus to create Homo sapiens as a labor force.
I believe I brought the Sumerians back. I mean, the Anunnaki.
Books, but essentially, there's not a lot of evidence to support it.
Best chatterbox system, personal username.
There's obviously claims that have been made by witnesses about such types of genetic manipulation, but really, I did some reading about this recently. There was a preprint by a molecular biologist called Maya
Contact Cincinnati Approach on 1210. Kingdom Heavy.
Family DNA trios from the 1,000 Genomes Project, and he alleged that approximately 2% showed
Cincinnati Approach, flight level 4,000 feet, Kingdom Heavy.
Type swaps on chromosome 3, which were inexplicable by natural means, or inexplicable by pre-1990 human tech such as CRISPR, which does allow gene manipulation. And he made the assertion that this linked to alien manipulation, including pilot data from self-reported abductee families. Now, his claims have also been attacked, debunked, skepticized, so frankly, I don't know what to think. If anyone has any hard evidence of alien hybridization, I'm your man. Send it my way.
Ross, naked people swimming in pools and group Nordic sex. This episode's getting kind of crazy.
It sounds like fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought this was a family show, but can't wait to see the comments on this one. Thanks a lot. Here comes Tim in our email. Dear Ross, thanks for your work. Have you investigated the Dawdleston case, aka the vertical plane case? Best wishes, Tim.
The vertical plane case. It does sound like a UAP craft, but the Dawdleston messages were these weird messages. Somebody apparently had a very early home computer in an old farmhouse in the United Kingdom, and they left it on at night, and apparently they'd been having all manner of weird poltergeist-like phenomena. They'd found footprints, six-toed footprints in corners of the house in the dust, and there was all manner of weird paranormal telekinesis-type phenomena that they couldn't explain, and apparently this is the implausible part of this. Why would a guy from this know how to operate a home computer? That was always when I read this book, it
26 miles from block. Turn left heading 220. Descend and maintain 3,500 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS. Runway 27 approach. Kingdom Heavy.
And apparently it was like there were linguists who are familiar with oldie Elizabethan English. It was absolutely spot on accurate to the way that people spoke at that time. And whoever it was had typed on the computer a message angrily claiming them for taking over his home. And the claim was made, or the suspicion was, that it was some kind of interdimensional portal where he was somehow able, from 15th century England, able to tap on a computer keyboard in 20th century England and leave messages for the young couple. Now, I guess I'm thinking about how a caveman would feel if he saw a computer keyboard or a mobile phone. How on earth would somebody from Elizabethan England know how to operate a computer and tap a message out? That was always my problem with the Dawdleston messages. I did read the book, The Vertical Plane. I commend it
Established.
because it certainly baffled a lot of investigators from British UFO groups that went and investigated, because apparently some of this phenomena manifested when they were there, and they saw some of this happening. So
Established.
a lot of people vouched
Looking for clearance to land.
the couple that owned the house.
Runway
And I'd
27.
actually love to know. I don't
Kingdom
know whether
Heavy.
it's still happening, but certainly it was a very interesting British paranormal story, wonderful ghost story, whether it's true or not, where essentially some dude
Clear the land.
from
Runway
England
27.
starts leaving
Kingdom Heavy.
messages on an old home computer. And as far as I know, it was never disproven, but it was never proven either.
Okay, we have Carolyn, who lives in London, reaching out to us on email. Dear Ross, firstly, thank you for all the time and effort you invest in trying to clarify and expose information which is legitimately belongs to humanity per se. I was fascinated by your interview with Jake Barber. He is both courageous and selfless. I understand and endorse his efforts to control the narrative somewhat because I trust him to be rigorous and exercise moral responsibility with the matter of disclosure. I am equally impressed with the journey Brandon Fugel has both enabled and undergone, and would thank him. His unnerving and dogged determination is inspiring and is unfortunately what it's going to take. Thank you for your recent interview with him. My question is as follows. It has been evident since the first TV series filmed at Skinwalker Ranch that the phenomena is aware of the intention of investigators. Jake's initiative is enabled by the use of psionics, the deliberate use of intentional thought. In your opinion, would it be productive for Travis and Jake to cooperate by creating a joint but discrete supplementary investigation to clarify how the physical manifestation is related to the forces of intention and telepathy?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. So basically, the idea of getting collaboration between Travis Taylor from Skinwalker Ranch and Jake Barber, who's taking an interest in psionics. I can tell you, I don't think I'm giving anything away here. I can tell you that
Shit, where am I at?
there is going to be a video coming out, I hope relatively soon, from our friends at Skywatcher,
Bro, hold
That's
on.
the Jake Barber, Alex Clokus privately funded group that are investigating UAP phenomena, trying to use psionic summoning and the dog whistle to bring UAP
Bro, something, man.
objects,
That's the
craft
wrong
close in so
plane.
that
I
they
mean,
can
the
be
wrong.
video photographed and studied. They are doing
That's not the right
a study
airport, buddy.
on psionics. They've spoken publicly about this in their previous videos. I think they've done interviews where they've talked about the fact that they are going to be
Maybe I should have
studying
stayed.
telepathy and psionics. And I'm really excited. I'm aware of some of the work that they've been doing, and I'm really excited. I'm told they are in the peer review process at the moment, and it's taking a lot longer than expected. I am assured there is no cover-up underway, that they are going to be fully open and transparent. And I'm looking forward at some stage to interviewing either Alex or Jake or somebody from Skywatcher about it. But they are tied up in a very rigorous peer review process that is part of their own internal vetting and checking procedures. But at some stage, very, very soon, quite exciting work that I'm aware of that they've been doing with telepathy will be being made public. Watch this space.
All right, Russ, this viewer is coming from Bali, Indonesia. His name is Steve. Hi, Russ and Megan. Thanks for that great interview with Michael Herrera a while ago. Would you consider interviewing ufologist Timothy Alberino, who investigated similar suspicious black ops militia abducting humans with alien tech down in Peru? Are you familiar with this case? Keep up the good work.
Actually, I have exchanged messages with Tim Alberino, and he is on my list. As we all say, too much reality check is barely enough, and frankly, I just can't keep up with the volume of people that are available to be interviewed and the breadth and magnitude of the stories that we're trying to cover here. It's really exciting, actually. I'm very much enjoying it. I thought where I'm living at the moment, I'd be moving into a quiet, gentle, peaceful retirement in the southern highlands south of Sydney, maybe doing the odd UFO book. And
Contact Cincinnati Tower on 133.325 when established. Kingdom Heavy.
Responses that we're getting from people. It's very, very gratifying. And Tim's one of them. He did some great work. I've watched a few of his shows where he actually went down and investigated claims, particularly claims about the abduction or the attempted abduction of, I think, a 15-year-old teenage girl from a tribal community in Brazil, Peru, can't remember which place it was, but she told this harrowing story of this being on some kind of levitating platform coming towards her up a slope, grabbing her and trying to abduct her. Quite a frightening story. And if you take this into the context of the Chubba Chubbas, which we've also spoken about with Ronnie Vernay, our Brazilian friend, we know that there are claims in tribal communities in both Brazil and Peru of often unfriendly beings, often using highly advanced technology that try and abduct locals, particularly young women. So yeah, Tim Alberino has investigated that. Thank you for reminding me. We should get Tim on. It's a great idea. I'm also in touch with Ronnie Vernay, who's doing another trip very soon to northern Brazil, and we're hoping to bring you a story on that at some stage as well.
Okay, hi Russ and Megan, great show. I never miss it. Keep up the great work. Question. I know from listening to your recent podcast with guest Dr. Anna Brady Estevez, a scientist, a founding member of a deep tech investment firm, someone who has held directorial positions on many boards that promote learning and investment in science, tech, energy, digital resources, an extremely credible and well-informed individual. The doctor has publicly spoken and confirmed the U.S. and world government's awareness of UAP and that commercial partners are taking the significance and potential of this extremely seriously. This once not so open secret is now not a secret to well-informed business entities. How and when is the knowledge of this going to be broadcast to the general public? Front page stuff, I would have thought. Will we now see capitalist greed overcome humanities right now? Kind regards, Matt.
Well, sometimes capitalist greed does really clever things, and frankly, free enterprise is one of the ways that we've been able to develop technologies. And I just want to applaud Anna Brady Estevez for speaking as frankly as she did to us the other day with Sarah Gam about what she saw over the Congress. We had her on to talk about the weird objects that they saw hovering over the Congress the night prior to the UAP hearing before Congress. They didn't quite land on the White House lawn, but they certainly made themselves known. And more prominently, Anna Brady-Esteves, who's an extremely reputable scientist and very well connected in the space team, has spoken out quite.
Woo! Look at that. Oh. Oh. That's how you wake them up. I'm not running away from a fight. I'm not running away from it. I'm all for the shits. I'm all for the shits. Blow me off this fucking thing. I don't give a damn. I want the shits. Woo! Ah, that wind is treacherous. Still up a little too high, baby.
Approaching runway 27.
1,000.
Ooh. Oh, no. Keep that wind up. Keep up the gas, baby. Oh. It's windy as shit. A real pilot will just turn around and come up another one. Request a whole nother runway. But me, I'm risky. Risky business, baby. We got enough runway. We gonna do this.
100.
Oh shit. No, we ain't. Oh no. Too hard. Oh my God, bro. This is incredible.
30. 20.
We're gonna save your life. Oh bro, this is not enough runway. We're gonna die.
10.
I know, guys. I know. But you motherfuckers are alive. Come on. We might got some hot breaks. But y'all motherfuckers is alive. Yeah. We don't run from it. Hell no, we don't run from it. We don't run from nothing. Shit, I want to do that again. That was fun. All right. We all the way down this runway, though. Everybody got scared on that one. Y'all motherfuckers should be clapping, though. I did that. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Approaching runway 9.
That was spooky though. I ain't gonna even act like it wasn't. All right, we need to get ground. 121.7. Shit, why I don't hear you in my headset, buddy? I don't hear you in my headset. The hell? Cincinnati ground. Pressing taxi to gate. Kingdom heavy.
Kingdom heavy, Cincinnati ground, cross runway 9er, taxi to gate A3 via Kilo 9er, Kilo, hold short of runway 36 center, then golf. Good day.
Cross runway 9, taxi to gate A3 via Kilo 9, Kilo, hold short of runway 36 center, then golf. Good day. Set cross 9. Oh, that's a problem. Let's see where we at. Kilo 9. Oh, shit. Kilo 9, Kilo, hold short of runway 36. Runway 36, okay. All right. All right, so we're gonna go straight on down. Now go straight on down. Last time it crashed me doing this shit.
Approaching runway 36 left.
This is where it crashed me doing this.
Approaching runway
Ooh.
36 left.
I don't want to do that. And we're going gate A3. Fuck, way up there? Shit. So when we hold short up here, I imagine it's gonna send me up to Echo or Delta. Kilo, Delta, Kilo, Echo, one of the two. Well, it might send me up to Golf too some damn where. Ain't no telling. A3 is way up there.
Kingdom Heavy Heavy, cross runway 36 center.
Cross runway 36 center, Kingdom Heavy. Why do people use chatbot anyway?
Approaching runway 36 center.
You gonna tell me where to go now? Echo, Delta, Golf, which one? Foxtrot?
Approaching runway 36 center.
Am I gonna resume my own navigation or what? Guess I'm gonna keep straight until it tells me something. Cross runway 36 center, Kingdom Heavy. All right, so I'm gonna use Juliet. I'm gonna take Juliet. Juliet Golf. Ramp. 25. Hotel. All right, so we're gonna take Juliet. Because it's not telling me nothing. Unless they want to take me way down there. You can't get through there. They do some construction. Oh, maybe you can. Let's find out. We're about to find out. Yeah, you can get through here. Hell no, you can't. Okay, from that side. Okay, got you. That makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense, but I passed fucking A3, y'all. I thought it was on this side, but it was on the other side. Dumbass. So let's clip everything going through here. Ping, 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 ping. Bing, bing, bing. Definitely we'll hit that plane. Ting, ping. Look at that. Look at that. Beep. Boom, boom. Beep. So I can show you how to do all the wrong shit. All right, so we're gonna go to the end of this building because I passed where I was supposed to be at in the first place. Come on, man, how last? Ah. Better get it right because it ain't gonna let me reverse. That's good. We getting it, Jack. Because it ain't gonna let me reverse. Let's see. Nope. That's good enough. Damn it. All right. Good enough. Boy, that was the longest fucking taxi in the world, bro. I forgot I was recording this shit. All right. Now, let's get our money.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by on-air.
Big money. Very hard. Yeah, that was rough. I can't even act like it. Like it wasn't rough. Now we got our money. Let's go ahead and let's rewind this shit. But let's start up. One, we need to get rid of the GPU. Oh, no. Wait. Come back. Keep that on first. Let's start it up. Oops. Panel states ready for takeoff. We are idle. We're gonna let this engine start up. Engines are starting. And then we're not gonna take it all the way back. We're just gonna
Auto brake off.
hopefully it shows my gears this time. Come on, engine, shit. Oh. It ain't gonna do it until I get the bleeds on. What's the problem? Come on now. Come on. Thank you. Bro. Man, if this shit don't come on. Bro, I just want to replay this motherfucker, man. Come on. Starter levels. Oh. There wasn't fucking level. All right.
Approaching runway 9.
2,500. All right, yeah. Hell yeah. There we go. Brain's just trying to jump a little bit. What the hell? I'm just trying to get some beautiful shots, man. And it's hating on me. Damn, did I pull it out too fast? I think so. Yeah, I think I did. Let's pull these back up. That way I can at least get Okay, there it is. Okay. So I can shoot the shot from here. Man, I hate it when it does that. Man, look at that. Hell no. Cincinnati looks stupid as shit right there. I gotta bring up the graphics or something for the shot. I'm gonna do it on but I'm gonna do it whenever I ain't got no whenever I get off stream. I'm gonna bring all the graphics up and then take the shot. All right, I could do the shot from here, right here. Bro, is it stuck? What the hell is going on right here, bro? Bro. I'm not tripping. That shit looked it's stuck. And the frames is acting up, boy. Damn, how long was I doing this shit? I know I passed it one time, but so you streaming and doing this clip shit. Got this shit jumpy like a mug. All right, so that's when I turned into it. Come on, give me a good image. Oh my God. See, that doesn't look great. If fucking Cincinnati looked it right. Man, how long was I flying this shit? I can like take about 3 different shots from this motherfucker though, for sure. Okay, there we go. That's when we going in right there, baby. We going in right there, baby. Look at that. Ugh. Ooh, I like that shot. Yeah. That's being clipped in for sure. Try to get some of those stutters out. I should hit it right here. Yeah, man. That was all right. That was all right. I gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like a movie. Bro, that's not moving. Look at that. Is that a freeze frame? What the fuck? Oh, come on, man. Showing out. And this is what the fuck. Maybe it's because this is moving with it. It don't look like it's moving, but oh, I like that. Yeah. Even though that shit look weird as hell. I know the wind was tearing my ass up. But it wasn't that bad. Come on, man. That's not a good shot. There we go. It's like freezing. That's a glitch. Ooh. Okay, I like that. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right, give me some clips. Oh, no, hold on, Brody. Was my clip too long? Oh, man, this shit is tripping, bro. Bro, it fucked up me some good shots. Oh, now it's stuttering. Now the frames is acting up. All right. Come on. Give me something to work with. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. I lost some shots, but I'll take it. Oh, yeah, wind was, it was in there, wasn't it? Come on. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, change it. Yes. That's what it all hit the fan right there. Come on, change it. Give me one more view. Give me a bomb ass view. Come on, let's do it. You got this. Be an editor, motherfucker. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, flip another one. Flip another one out that land. Oh, you won't give me that ass inside. All right. At least it's 1 minute of some bullshit. All right. I'll take it. I wouldn't clip all the rest of that shit. I guess it's a time limit on this shit. On this snippet tool or whatever. All right. Save it. Edit and clip, champ.
Approaching runway 9.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Whoever just hopped in on me and checked me out. Thank y'all. I probably won't be back on this motherfucker till the weekend because shit. Well, not even the weekend. I don't know when I'm going to jump on, man, honestly. I got to work 14 days straight, man. Shit's bullshit. I want to cry. But we got to get it done.